Yes. Hello, viewers. You're welcome live to Canada Reality with your own boy, your one and only MC Bernardino. Thank you very much for coming on this YouTube live. So today I'll be discussing about all your questions on Canada immigration. Whatever you question you have for me, feel free to drop it in the comment section. I'll be doing justice to some of your questions. I discovered why I decided to do this YouTube live today is because I discovered that um, many people want to ask many questions regarding their immigration process, how they can come into Canada. And I feel like it's better for me to share my experience with you guys because I most times I do YouTube videos. You guys see it, but I feel it's better for me to do a live YouTube video when you have opportunity to ask me question. Whatever question you want to ask me, you can ask me the question now, and it's going to be like interactive. So drop your comments in the comment section. I'll try as much as possible to do justice to your question. And at the same time, I'll be going on Instagram, on social handles to see some of the questions that you've asked in the past. And I will try as much as possible to do justice to some of these questions. So call your friends, call everybody around you, just like I always say. Let's do this together. So yes, so I can see so many people are online now. I do sorry, I see you. I salute you, Emmanuel. I salute you, Edwin. I salute you, Precious. I salute you. So all your questions, I'll be doing justice to your question today. Okay, so feel free to drop it in the comment section. And good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. And so the first question I'll be doing justice to today is from Edwin. And Edwin is saying he has a BSc in medical laboratory technician and 1 year experience. Is he eligible for PNP? Okay, that's a very good question. So so based on your 1 year experience in that, so what I will just tell you is this: there are some provinces that are looking for medical laboratory. So I can recommend provinces like Saskatchewan. I can recommend Nova Scotia for you. So try these provinces. They are looking for medical technicians. So you can actually look into that. I will be when I'm done with this video. I'll be linking a description to the website how you can go about applying for the provincial nominee in Nova Scotia or Saskatchewan. I think you have a good chance with your uh, BSc in medical laboratory. So now let's talk. The next question is from Precious Umukoro. Will you feel post COVID-19 will benefit study permit applicant? Yes. I want to say there's a probability that when this COVID-19 coronavirus, when we're done with this whole ulabalu, there's a possibility that they want to ramp up study permit application. So I want to say this. I'm not saying categorically that there's going to be like higher chances that if you apply, but there's an higher possibility that if you apply when this whole COVID-19 is done, because they already have allocation, they have quota for 2019, they might want to ramp it up. So if you apply, you stand a good chance. So I want to tell you, try your luck. You might be so lucky. So Nome is watching from Kenya. Thank you very much for watching from Kenya. Greetings to the people in Nairobi. Thank you very much, Nome. And Abiodun, my good evening, sir. I greet you too. Erickson, Eric Jack, well done, bro. Well done. I salute you too. Thank you very much for coming live. Drop a question. If you have any concern, feel free to drop it. I will try to do justice to your question. And please, this is an opportunity. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please, 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 this is how ways you can encourage me. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel and please like this video too. Thank you very much. So Marco Tony said, cheapest way to migrate, boss. Yes, to be sincere with you, when I came into Canada, I came in through the study permit route. And I remember it cost a lot of money then, but I had support from friends, from family. And I wouldn't want to say that is the cheapest way, even if that seems to be the one of the easiest way to come into Canada now. I wouldn't want to say it's the cheapest way. The cheapest way for me now is through the express entry. And I know many people have challenges with their age, with their IELTS exam, and so many challenges. But I want to tell you that if you want to come into Canada with your family, or your family, if you're married with your kids, express entry still seems to be the easiest route for you to come into Canada. Other cheapest and easiest route are provincial nominee. So provincial nominee, like Manitoba provincial nominee, all provinces, Ontario provincial nominee, this is another route. In addition to that, you can look into Rural and Northern Immigration Program. That's RINP. That's another cheap process. It's all about applying for jobs wherever you are outside Canada. And when you're so lucky and you get the job, they can send you all your, you can process your application and everything. So the company that employed you here in Canada will help you with the PR application, and before you know it, you're in Canada. And I feel that's one of the cheapest routes. So I hope I answered that question. So Adu Sari said, holding a visitor's visa, please, do I have opportunity in Canada? Yeah, as a visitor, you can come into Canada. I mean, for as long as you can be in Canada for as long as 6 months, but you can't work in Canada. You can't. You can't work as a visitor. You can't work while you're in Canada. So that is something. That's the limitation there. And Emmanuel Adejuwon said, "What are the procedures for visitors visa?" Um, okay, so I'll just try to summarize the procedures for visitors visa. So it's all about making sure you have the financial capability. One, you state the reason. I mean, you need to state, you need to go online, fill the application. When some of the things you need to have good finance, proof of fund. You need to be able to convince the immigration officer why you're coming to Canada. You need to tell him things like, okay, you need to show that you have some good job, something that ties you back to your home country, good job, business, whatever you have. You need to be able to, because all you need to do is you need to be able to convince the immigration officer that wherever you are, if you're in Kenya, if you're in Nigeria, wherever you are, you're doing very well. You just want to go abroad, you just want to come into Canada just to come and visit. Because most reasons for rejections are that you can't convince the immigration officer that when you're done, you'll be going back. And these are reasons why they reject visitors visa application. But in this video, I'll be linking the website where you can get additional information on how you can apply for your visitors visa. And let me take the next question, which is from Emmanuel Moshood. What is getting an accommodation? What is getting an accommodation currently, and how has COVID affected the process? Yeah, so talking about accommodation, I wouldn't want to say, yeah, COVID-19 has affected so many things, but as far as getting your accommodation is concerned, you can still do that. You can go online, you can go to Kijiji. Kijiji is like an application where if you want to buy anything, as far as you're in Canada, you want to buy anything, you want to rent a house, whatever you want to buy, you can always go on there. So go on Kijiji, liaise with the landlord, see any house that you like, liaise with the landlord, talk to them, get their phone number online, and talk to the landlord. From there, you can seal a deal for accommodation. So I think that's still possible. So wherever you're outside Canada, as far as you know that you're coming into Canada and it's for sure, you can go on that kijiji.com, yeah, .com, and liaise, see any house you like, liaise with the landowner, the our property owner, and from there you can sell it. So Chan Moru said, "Does Canada accept study gap?" Yes, I've been receiving so many questions regarding study gap. People are asking, okay, I finished my bachelor's in 2000 and, for instance, 2015, and now 5 years after, I want to apply. Yes, I know if the gap is so much, it's a red flag. I mean, if the gap is like 5 years and above, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, it's a red flag. But what I can tell you is that if you have gap like that, you need to try as much as possible to say, okay, since 2013, when I was done my BSc, to now that I want to come and study in Canada, the 7 years, what am I doing? You can fill the gap by saying, okay, you've been working, gaining experience. So that's what you can use. So, and if in addition to that, you've done some certification, you can also prove that too. I mean, within that 7 years, you must be able to show what you are doing within that period. If work is all you're doing, feel free to prove that. And with that, you start a good chance. So, my next question would be from Erickson Jack. Is 12 years experience as a marine deck officer. License in Nigeria is, well, my license is in Nigeria. What are the chances for immigration? Well, you have 12 years experience as a Marine deck officer. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, you've got a lot of experience. That's handy. That can actually help you in your immigration process. What I would advise you to do, Erickson, is that I want you, if you don't mind, to look into some of these provinces, like the provinces that we have in the maritime, like Nova Scotia, it's closer to the sea, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island. So those provinces, they are into fishing, marine, wherever. So look into all these provinces. They might be offering some um, provincial nomination for people that have experience in marine deck. So as a marine deck officer with 12 years, which is very good, you want to look into those provinces and you stand a good chance of migrating with your experience, because I can tell you without missing words that you've got a lot of experience there and it can actually help you out. So so thank shout out to my buddy uh, yeah, shout out to my buddy Emmanuel, immigration entrepreneur. So, viewers, I want you to visit this channel, Immigration Entrepreneur. So, it's a colleague of mine, he's a YouTuber too. He's doing a great job. He's based in Quebec, especially for those of you that want to migrate to Quebec. I'm in Ontario. So, this friend of my immigration entrepreneur is in Quebec. He's a YouTuber. He does immigration. He does YouTube videos on immigration and entrepreneur, and he does it in French. He also French and English, but mostly it's predominantly in French. So you guys want to visit his channel and subscribe to his YouTube channel and follow him too. He has loads and loads of information too. So shout out to you. Thank you very much for the support. And so next is Till Vibs. Thanks very much for coming around. And Emmanuel Adejuwon, are there jobs opportunity for agricultural graduates in Nigeria? Yes, Emmanuel, there are lots and loads of jobs for agricultural graduates. I'll be doing a video very soon on that. I mean, there's this agric pilot project that is coming up. I mean, it's supposed to have commenced in Canada, but because of this coronavirus, that has been deferred and is starting in May. So I want to advise you, all of you that have experience in the agricultural sector, whatever, get your experience, get your letter from your employer, because that is a very good avenue. Because I can tell you categorically now, even now that we are facing coronavirus in Canada, the agricultural sector, food sector is really facing a lot of downtime. So it's a very, very good opportunity. I mean, I advise you, if you're in that sector, you might be getting all your documents ready, because very soon the agricultural pilot project, which I'll be doing a video on, and you can also do your own additional research too by going online, go to ircc.ca and read about it. Agricultural sector is a very, very good sector, and it's a very good way for you to migrate into Canada because there's a high demand for people in that sector. And so let's talk where Olashupo, please, how can I secure a job as an outsider in order to immigrate? To be sincere with you, getting a job is very cumbersome. To get a study permit is very easy from outside Canada compared to getting a work permit from outside. Because getting a work permit means that you want to apply for a job. You're competing with people that are already in Canada. And Canada immigration, they did something. So take for instance, I'm an employer, I have a company in Canada, and I want to employ you in wherever you are, Nigeria, wherever you are. So I need to be able to prove to Canada government that I've looked around, I've sourced around in the whole of Canada. There's nobody that can do that job. I feel you, wherever you are the best candidate that can fill that position. And another thing again is I need to advertise that position for 30 days, if not more, for everybody in Canada so that they apply. I screen them. When I'm now convinced that I can't get anybody that can fill in that spot, then I want to bring in a foreign expatriate from outside Canada to come and do the job. So it is very tasky. Most employers, they don't want to do it because it requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of spending a lot of money, and people are not ready to do that. But I won't discourage you. But there are still some other routes that you can use to, like the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot Program, which I've done a video on it. So you can check my playlist. There's a video on that. And the Agricultural Pilot Program that is coming up in May. That's another avenue to get a work from outside. So I won't discourage you in totality. There's an iota that you can get it, but I'm just saying it's not so easy, but you can go for it. So let's talk to our next question is Dr. Ayeni. Would post-COVID affect student visa applicant? I think I've done justice to similar question um, some few minutes ago. So student visa, when COVID-19, now I can tell you that Canada immigration is still attending to, um, they're still processing the application. So if you still want to apply for study permit for September, that's the fall session, you can still apply. I mean, they're still treating the application. So I want to advise you, if you still have all the documents, you have all the requirements, go ahead and apply for your study permit. You can go ahead and do that. So I hope I did justice to your question. Elijah Solomon said, "My name is Solomon from Nigeria, and I studied geography. I have 1 to 2 years work experience in mining and petroleum geology. What is the best option I can use to migrate to Canada?" Now, you said you study geography. The best option for me, I always tell people, is express entry. I mean, I don't want to sugarcoat it. That is the best route I always advise people to come into, because it is seamless. Um, in terms of cost, it is cost effective. I know the challenges are there for the age, for the IELTS exam, for the West evaluation, but it is worth doing. I mean, you don't want to compare that with study that you have to look for millions of nairas, million of whatever currency you're spending, dollars, to come into Canada. I mean, averagely in Canada now, to get a study permit to study in Ontario now, you'll be looking at 15,000 Canadian dollars. That is huge. When I came in, it was like 12,000 Canadian dollars. But now, almost 5, 6 years down the line now, it's 15, 16,000. Sometimes it goes as high as 20,000 per session. So it is huge. But if you can afford the study permit, that's good. But if not, look at the express entry, look at the provincial nominee. Those are easy way for you to migrate into Canada. So, Dotun, you have another question. Hello, keep on going. Thank you very much, Dotun, for that. Thank you. Marco, I think I answered a question from you before. Bossman, I'm just 21 with BSc. Tried calculating my express entry point yesterday. It was around 380. I think posting my work experience and maybe other certificates I can. Well, I don't know about ICANN. I don't know if ICANN can help you boost your West, but you can check with West to see if they accept ICANN certification. But thumbs up, you're just 21 and you have a BSc. You have age on your side and you have your bachelor's. All I can tell you is that because you're 21 and you have a bachelor's degree, if you can do very well in your IELTS examination, the sky is the starting point for you. You can actually get your ITA. And don't forget that the recent draw that was done just a few days ago was the lowest we've seen in a long time, 455. I haven't seen that in a long time. So this COVID-19, I know it's this period, people don't like it, but as far as immigration is concerned, it's a plus because the express entry point is actually coming down. So um, for study purpose, what are the reasons when you get file rejection by immigration for study purpose? What are the reasons why you get rejection? Okay, so yes, my friend wants to share this question with you. Why do you get rejection for study purpose? So some of the reasons why people get rejected when they apply. I mean, the generic reason they always give for refusing your study permit application is that there's no ties to back home. I will explain that to you. So what our immigration officer is simply saying is that you're not proving enough that when you're done studying in Canada, you will be reverting back to wherever you are coming from, your home country. So that's simply saying you need to be able to convince the immigration officer that when you're done studying in Canada, even if you know at the back of your mind that you're not going back, but you need to convince the immigration officer that when you're done studying, you'll be reverting back to your home country. How do you convince the immigration officer? By showing that you have a good job back home, getting a letter from your employer that shows that you have a good job and you'll be going back. Another thing again is that if you have families, you're married, you have wife, you have kids, or you have your husband, you can use them as a tile. So I always advise people, if you want to come on a study, it is better for you to come alone first. Even if you want your family to come along with you, come alone first. Then afterwards, your family can come and join you. We have the open spousal work permit, which your wife, your husband can come to join you, and your kids can come along with visitors visa. So that is one. Another reason again is lack of finance. If you cannot show enough finance in your bank account, you can be disqualified because of that too. So these are a lot of reasons are reasons why immigration officers always deny application when people apply for their what's it called, their study permit application. And Toyosi Funke, I have a BSc in biochemistry. My work experience is in sales. Because I couldn't get a job in my field, I have applied for express entry. What do you think my chances are for getting job in? To be sincere with you, biochemistry is another sector, it's another good field. In Canada, I mean, even now that we have COVID-19, they are looking for doctors, they are looking for people in the medical field. As a biochemist, you can get job in Canada. All I want you to do is just keep striving, keep doing your best, find your way to Canada through express entry, provincial nominee, study permit, RINP, pilot program, whatever way, find your way to Canada. With your biochemistry knowledge, you'll get a good job in Canada. Um, I don't want to miss anybody's question. So nice one, bro, Peter. Thank you very much. Thank you, Peter. My friend from India, Gubit Singh. If I study in Newfoundland, yeah, you can study in Newfoundland. I mean, you can study anywhere in 10 provinces and three territories in Canada. You can study anywhere. Until you have another question for me, I believe Canada will need more immigrants after this pandemic. Hoping to get my study visa soon. Thanks very much for your video. I wish you good luck too. I can't wait to come and even pick you at the airport. Good evening, Sing again. I would be beneficiary for. Is a study in Newfoundland in trade is beneficial for me? Yeah, it's beneficial for you. Whatever course you want to study in Newfoundland, I mean, it's your choice. Pick your course, and Canada is a lot of opportunity. Please, is there any way a visitor visa holder can get work permit in Canada? No. As a visitor, when you come into Canada on a visit, now getting a work permit might be so challenging. I mean, because you can't work, right? And applying for visitors for work permit while you're on visit in Canada can be very challenging. Talk by please. What provincial nominee program doesn't require proof of funds? All provincial nominee requires proof of funds. So it's left for you to try to um, build your account. And Dotun says, I have a BS in psychology, but I have been a professional musician. Do I still have a good chance of getting picked in the express entry? I don't have any work experience as a psychologist. It might be very hard, it might be very tough for you. I mean, you don't have any work experience. If you don't have any work experience, you might not be accruing any points. So you might want to work on that. Jack, thanks, bro. God bless you. God bless you too. Sam, good job, Mr. Ben. Really appreciate all your effort. Kudos to you. Without you, this channel is actually nothing. Thanks to you too. Please, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription button now. Hit the likes button too. Thank you very much. Hello all. Thank you very much. Stefan. Thanks, Bernardino. I appreciate that, Stefan. Thank you very much. Guys, once again, let me tell you, I have a colleague, he's a YouTuber too. He does his video in English and French. He's based in Quebec. For most of you, for some of you that want to migrate to Quebec, or you have any question, visit his YouTube channel. It's called Immigration and Entrepreneur. It's more of English and French. So this is his channel. I'll be dropping a link to his channel in this video. Visit his channel, and he will be doing justice to some of the questions too. Okay, so let me quickly drop his see if I can get his channel link now so that I can just drop it for you, and you guys can actually subscribe to his channel. So which nominee program allows deed of gift? Deed of gift, I think all provinces allow gift deeds, but I'm not so sure about that, but I'll research that. You can send me a personal message on my Instagram or Twitter. I'll be doing justice to that question. I'll delve into that to get. I don't want to give you wrong information, but you can send me a personal message on my Instagram or my Twitter, Canada Reality, and I'll be doing justice to that question. Nasal Osman, can we start to apply for visa, super visa? No, super visa for now. No, super visa is closed for now. I mean, the super visa is for those of you that don't know what super visa is all about. It's an avenue for you to bring your parents, your grandparents to Canada, parents, your grandparents, so for now, I think it's on a hold now. So you can apply for super visa now. So just keep yourself posted. Go to CIC website, and they will keep you posted. Sign up for their newsletter. They can always let you know when that is on. It's very competitive though, but I wish you good luck in there. And Emmanuel says, for for the agricultural opportunities? What are those documents I need to get from the current employer? Also, will 1 year work experience be enough? Yes, I'll be doing a video on the agri pilot program. I'll be expecting a video very soon. I'll be dropping a video on that. Okay, so I'll be telling you what you need, everything you need to know about that. I'll be dropping it in the video. Okay, so watch out for that. So yeah, that's it. That. So Stefan, please, I need you to drop in the message the link to your YouTube website so that people can see that. Please drop it in the comment section, Stefan. And so next is once again, thank you very much, all of you, for coming live on this YouTube channel. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I thank you very much for the support. Without you, this channel is actually not it. So kudos to you. I thank you too. In as much as I'm doing a good job, you two are doing a good job too by joining me live on this. I'll be doing this like once in a month, opportunity for us to interact. So thank you, kudos to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, hit the likes button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you. And Bukola O said, well done, Ben. Well done. Thank you too. Sam, can my support document for study permit be in both French and English or just one of them? Your support document, if your support doc, if your education, if everything about you is in English, just it's English, it's okay. I mean, you don't have to bother yourself about French. If all your documents, if everything is in English, just go for the English. Don't be mixing everything up, okay? Okay, so don't mix things up. So Mawan says, thank you very much, bro. Thank you too. Norman, green card is the same as express card. What do you mean green card? Green card is in the US. So green card is the same as PRE, a permanent resident in Canada. So a green card in the US is not a citizen. It's not a United American citizen. Just like a permanent resident here is not a citizen of Canada. So green card in the US is equivalent to permanent resident in Canada. So Aziz said, I heard Quebec is in need of teachers. I am a teacher originally from Nigeria, but I have 8 years experience in South Africa. So Aziz, I need you to Aziz, I need you to send me a personal message on your on my Instagram or my Twitter. You'll be seeing it. You'll see that in the previous video I've done. You can get my social media handle. So go there, drop me a personal message. I'll be linking you up with a fellow YouTuber that is in Quebec. He can actually do justice to that question you just asked. So Olashupo said, I studied international relations at Benin Republic, and I only have 1 year NYC work experience. That is what is my chance of immigrating? I'm 29-year-old. So you said you studied public relations in Benin and your 1 year experience in NYC. So see, people ask me this question: what are my chances? Everybody stand a chance. Everybody stand a chance. And there are so many ways that you can migrate to Canada. So it's not just the express entry alone. If the express entry is like dim, you can't find a way there. Try the provincial nominee. Try study. Try rural and northern immigration. Try agri. Try whatever sector you want to try. Try facet you want to try. Try it. So you stand a chance. All you have to do is just take the giant step by applying. Go online and apply. Create your profile. Okay? So you stand a chance. I'm not here to discourage you. So Walu said, I'm a single mom. Can I use that? Okay, Walu said, I'm a single mom. Can I come with my daughter or first arrive or invite her after settling? What are the challenges single parents face as a new immigrant? So as a single parent, I know it might be a little bit more challenging. It can be challenging in terms of custody of the child. You have to prove that. But just like you asked, you need to tell me, how do you want to come into Canada? Do you want to come as a study, as a student, as on a visit, work permit? How do you want to come into Canada? But just like I said to the last question I answered, you stand a good chance in as much as you have all the documentation to prove that you are the mom and you have custody of the child, you can come into Canada. So if you're coming as a student, I advise you to come alone first, then your daughter can come on visit. Okay. So Norme, which month of the year is green card online? Or can I apply anytime? See, green card, I just told you it has to do with the US. So I don't understand your question about green card. Canada, there is nothing like green card that I know of. So in Niolua, people said, thanks for inspiring me. Is it possible to get PR with 1 year of study in Canada? Yes, I did that. I studied for 1 year, and when I was done 1 year, I got work experience too for 1 year. I got a job with Amazon, and I worked there for like 1 year, and with that, I was able to apply for my permanent residence. It is risky. I don't advise people to just do 1 year study, but if all you can afford is just a year study in Canada, go for it. In as much as you get the job right away, I wish you good luck. But if I want to say 2 year study might be the good option. And can we ask questions and participate live by phone? By phone, I I didn't actually create opportunity for that. Maybe in my next video, I'll be doing something like that. Okay, not for now. Kola who says, what is the procedure for getting a visiting visa? I just answered a similar question regarding getting a visitor's visa. So getting a visitor's visa has to do with you going online to fill the application form. And in addition to that, you need to prove to the immigration officer that when you're done visiting, you'll be going back. So part of what you can do is to do prove that is that you have a good job back home wherever you're applying for. You get a letter from a reference letter from your employer that shows that oh, you're working with them and this is your salary and and you're going for your vacation, and they can contact them to, so you need that. Or if you're working for yourself, you need to bring uh, your your company letter, prove that so you have a big company and it's thriving and it's doing well. You just want to go on visit. If you have anybody in Canada that can invite you on a visitor's visa, that'll be fine. But if you don't have anybody in Canada that can invite you, you can apply for conference. You can apply that you just want to come on vacation. All you need to do is you need to have good finance. You need to have ties to back home that shows that when you're done visiting, you'll be reverting back. So don't go with the myth that, oh, the people always say that younger people don't get it. No, don't go with that myth. Try it. I mean, people get it, so who says you can't get it? So I want to encourage you, if you have the financial capacity, go for the visitor's visa. Karim says, hi bro, well done for the great job. I want you to explain how to go about studying visa using sponsorship of an uncle. I may not have opportunities to do full detailed explanation. I've done a video on study permit application. You can check that, but I will just summarize by saying that if your uncle is going to be your sponsor, yes, your uncle can sponsor you. I have a friend presently in Canada now. When he came into Canada, it was his uncle that actually sponsored him. So all you need to do is your uncle needs to show a good financial statement. He also needs to show something high because he needs to show that because your uncle has his own family. So now your uncle is more like adopting you and sponsoring you. So your uncle should be able to show a huge financial statement that says he's okay to feed his own family, to sponsor, to take care of his own family. Now he's now taking you. He can also, all I'm saying is that your uncle needs to be able to show a very big financial capability. Your uncle can be your sponsor. And Fumi says, good job, thank you very much. Precious Umukoro, can a 22-year-old secure a study permit approval for BSc? Does age factor? Yeah, you can get a study permit no matter your age. I mean, as far as you're not a minor. Ganiyu, I am 44-year-old. I have a MBA from a London college. My share score is 250 to 60. I'm thinking of doing another study in Canada. Yes, because of the age, 250 60, that's on the low side. So if you can get a study, that will be best. I mean, age is not a factor. I know of a brother that came into Canada last year, September, and he resumed study January this year. When he came in, he was 45. So with 44, you stand a chance as far as you have all get all the documentation right. Stefan, thank you very much. Thanks very much. Appreciate that. Stefan, I still say you should drop the link to your YouTube channel in the video in the comment section so that people can see that. Funke says, how easy is it to switch profession? I'm an MSc in biochemistry, but I want to plan to go into nursing. Yeah, you can switch. As far as so when you once you come into Canada, because biochemistry and nursing is all kind of related, so you can switch. All you need to do is you need to you have chemistry already, but subject if you have chemistry, you have biology, you should be able to switch. But don't. It's easy because it's those both courses, nursing and biochemistry, are kind of related. But when you come into Canada and you apply to school, they will tell you if you need to do any upgrading. Marco Boss coming via Northern NIP. Does it mean I have to live only in the province that nominated have a BS? Yes, If you go through the RINP, you have to live in that province that nominates you. Yeah, that's so sad. But everywhere is Canada, right? So any province that nominates you, you have to live in that province. And you have to live in that city, not even the province. You have to live in. So a province, a city in like Brandon, Brandon in Manitoba might nominate you. So you have to live in Brandon in Manitoba. So you might not be able to go live in the larger city, but Brandon, which is might be a rural city in Manitoba, that will place you have to live. So sad, but it's still Canada, so don't be packed up about that. Wallo, I own a house and I have here in Malawi. Okay, Wallo is in Malawi. I know for sure I can't raise the proof of fund. Can I get a loan from the bank? Use the house as a guarantee. Wow, wow. I can't really say to that. I mean, you don't have to show that. I mean, in the process of showing your proof of fund, you need to be able to show that you don't have any debt. That might not suffice. My Stefan is French words here which I cannot read. I have Adeyinka says I have a industrial chemistry. I'm planning to come for a master's in Canada through study permit. Can I use my uncle as a sponsor? Yes, I just said you can use your uncle as a sponsor, but you need to show huge financial capability. Osman says, thank you very much for this book. Thank you. Adijon says, thanks, boss. Thank you. Jack, thank you. Normally Canadian is bilingual, English and French. So no worries to apply either in English. Thank you very much for the enlightenment, Stefan. Funke, averagely, how long do you think it takes to settle down and integrate into the system over there for someone with no friends or family? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so if you don't have any friend or any family in Canada, how long does it take you to integrate? It depends on your personality. For someone like me, I'm very jovial, I'm outspoken. So integrating into the system when I came in 2014 was kind of very easy for me. And don't forget, when I came in, I had friends too, right? So it was a little bit easy. But it depends on your personality. If you are you're like the jovial person, you're not an introvert, an extrovert, but it will be very easy for you to integrate into the system. All you need to first do is try to um, integrate with your immediate community first in Canada when you come in. With that, you can build your rapport. And if you're coming on a study, when you get into the class, you see your class will be mixed with different people from different countries. So just like you're new, people in your class are also new too. So it will be very easy for you to start integrating in the class and by extension into the community. Tutu, oh, kudos to you. Good job, Mr. Ben. Thank you very much, Tutu. Thanks for coming along. Inioluwa says, what's your email? My email is bernardinoforsure@gmail.com. It's in the video description in this video. When I'm done with this video, you'll be seeing it in the video description, okay? Oluwasho, LOMC, thank you very much. Bernardo, we need to also mention people with 44 years old, less chance of expression due to their... Yes, I know, I just said it. They have lesser chance, but at the same time, they can still try. They can try study permit instead. Yes. Secret folder. I was refused a study permit because of my course. I owed a BSc, unable to gain admission for PhD. Due to this, I applied for a college diploma. How do I defend reason for this in my next application? I was refused study permit because of my course. I owed a BSc and unable to gain admission for PhD. Due to this, I applied for a college diploma. Oh, so how do you defend that? How do you defend the reason for the next application? Okay, so now, okay, what you're trying to say is how do you defend that you're going for a much lower uh, study? Now, instead of PhD, you're going for college diploma. Well, I'm so sorry about the rejection in the first place, but since you want to apply for the college diploma now, I want to say you can go for it, but ways you can use to apply for it. If the course you want to study now is kind of linked to your previous experience, that can be a justification for the reason why you decide to go for the college diploma now. So, I mean, there should be like kind of relationship between what you did in the past and what you want to do now. So that might be a reason for you to try to convince them, and they might want to give you this time. So try it. Where can I get updates for the PNP Ontario? So what you have to do is, if you want to get updates on the Ontario Provincial Nominee, Google Ontario Provincial Nominee online. When you Google that, you will be able to get the link to the website, the official website of Ontario Provincial Nominee. So with that, you can always get information about the provincial nominee. And also, I advise you to sign up for their newsletter. So anytime they have any news or any information, if you put in your email, they can always reach out to you. So Sam says, how much is good enough? It's enough for proof of fund for a study permit. So your question is generic. I can't say assertively this is how much is good enough. So, but I don't know what country you are from. I don't know. So I don't know what currency my answer should be in. So maybe you want to drop that. Margot says, boss, I have a BSc in mathematics. Any plus? Yeah, that's a plus. Um, Erickson, a brother of mine with BSc in computer engineering, has IELTS years 5.5, was teaching in primary school, awaiting results to respond to what could be the best for him. Yeah, he has, his IELTS is low though. So I want to advise him, if he has the opportunity, let him do the IELTS exam again, because uh, that's a little bit on the low side. So if you have opportunity, I advise you to do the IELTS exam again. Okay, to try to increase your score. So let me see another question I have here. Yes, another question I have here is from. So I'm asking for a friend. A friend has a law degree in Nigeria about immigration. And so what about that? Coming to Canada, how can she advance her law degree? Okay, so I have friends. I actually have two or three friends that studied law in Nigeria. They went to law school in Nigeria, and they came into Canada. So when you come into Canada, I don't want to tell you that you're going to start afresh, but it looks like that because you have to do some certification examination. So this friend of mine, when she came into Canada, she had to like study for like 2 3 years to thereabout to get uh, ability to get a law equivalent certificate in Canada. So you might have to study more in Canada when you can get into Canada to be able to practice your law. But you stand a good chance. It's a very good cause. And lawyers in Canada, they are making good money, especially if you become an immigration lawyer. Um, CEO says, can I upload bank statements for 5 months showing transaction made by my sponsor into my account? But this did not show all subsequent transactions by sponsor have been making for my study visa. Well, I don't understand your question, but try as much as possible when you're printing a bank statement, all the information that you need, put it there. So if this means that you have to print 1 year bank statement, as far as you want to use it to prove a point, I advise you to go ahead with that. What course did you study when you came into Canada? When I came into Canada, I studied project management. Project management was what I studied at Humboldt College when I came into Canada. Uh, I love your response. Please, is bridging work permit still valid? Bridging work permit. You need to throw more light into what that question is. I know a bridging program, but what do you mean by you need to throw more light into that question? Which Which is correct? Did you first integrate, interpret it as I've contacted with, but yeah, they said I have to contact my school. Yeah, I know it can be very confusing, right? The way we put it back home in Nigeria is different from the way they do it abroad. Yes, I know. Yeah, that might be a red flag. I mean, they might miss your day of birth. So if you're born on um 4th of March, so they might miss the month and the day, especially if your date of birth is lesser than 12. I understand what you're trying to say. What I would just tell you is try to contact your school because West might not be able to do anything about it. Just try to get a document that validate that and reach out back to West. Henry says, would I please? I would like to know. I'm interested in furthering my BSc in criminology. How do I go about it? So what you have to do is just go online. There are so many schools online. Look for any school that offer your course and apply to the school. Once you apply to the school, they give you admission, then you can apply for your study permit. So first thing first, I would advise you to go to findaschool.org, choose Canada, and look for the schools. There are so many schools in Canada, universities, colleges, depending on what you want. And you can look for any school that study the program you want to study criminology, and you can apply right away. Um, Michael says, "Hi, bro. I just want to commend you for your good work helping us out with info. Not many Nigerians born guys do this. Thank you very much. Cheers. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Kazim, is sponsorship allowed in express entry? Other like provision. Sponsorship, what do you mean sponsorship? Sponsorship, no. Yeah, but in provincial nominee, you can be nominated. If you have anybody that is like in Manitoba, if you have any family in Manitoba, they can nominate you, and that with that you can get additional points. Yes. So, what is the amount of money needed for proof of fund? So, in answering your question, Henry, in this video, I'll be linking in the video description a website to showing you the proof of fund. I mean, the proof of fund, how much you need. So it depends on the family size that you have. Or you can even go online, go on Google, type in there, proof of fund, Canada proof of fund. It's going to show you the table, the updated version. So if you're just a family of one, how much? I think for a family of one, it's like 12,500 there about. I'm not so sure. Family of two, it keeps increasing. So you can Google that and you see proof of fund Canada, and that will tell you that. It's a very good question, though. Adija says, I'm interested in studying nursing in Canada, but had I haven't had to get admission into nursing program. You don't know how to get admission, or yeah, if you want to apply for nursing, go online. There are so many schools in Canada. Look for anyone that offer nursing, and with compared to how much you can afford, apply for it. And I wish you good luck. Nursing is a very good course in Canada. You can study nursing in the college 2 years. If it's in the university 4 years, yeah, it's a very good course. MC, I'm an entrepreneur just on a small scale, but I want to move to Canada. What program would you like me to apply through? Please advise. I'm a graduate HND holder. I'm with a small scale, but I want to move to Canada. What program will you have me to? So there are so many factors that determines that your age. So if you are young, I can advise you to go for express entry, do your IELTS examination, do your West evaluation. And if you don't want to go through that, you want to do the IELTS, you can go for provincial nominee, or you can go come for study. RIMP is also something you can go for too. I have urban and regional planning as an undergraduate, but I want to come to do IT course in Pascal. What is my chance of getting that? Although I have 1 year work experience in that. Yeah. I mean, you stand a good chance. You have 1 year work experience. Just go to their website, Pascal website, apply for the course, and as far as you have the qualification and you have your 1 year experience, I think you stand a good chance with your work experience. Wahab, hello, bro. Is it possible to change my course after paying for my study permit, which was denied? I was denied based on similar study program. I intend to reapply for prosperity now. Yeah, you can do that. So, yeah, you can change your course as far as you have your previous study shows you have qualification for the next course you want to apply for. And T, actually, I have applied for my studies already with the 5 month bank statement, but I wrote in my LOE that I'm ready to upload more bank statements upon request. Yeah, if they request for that, give it to them. Just make sure you have it handy so that when they request for it, you can just upload it. Emmanuel, can someone with visitor's visa or skillful in web designing and start a business freelance? You can't work in Canada when you come to Canada. It's a big no. When you're caught working on a visitor's visa, you can be in trouble for that. So I don't encourage that. I'm looking forward for January intake. When should I apply for my visa in Nigeria? So if you're looking for January 2021, I advise you to start applying in the month of August. Start looking at that from the month of August. Because by August, I mean those that are applying for September should have been done by then. So anytime from August will be a good time for you to apply. But you can apply for the school as if the school is offering admission for that now, you can do that. But for your visa, you can start looking at maybe January, August or September. Secret folder. No, your proposed study are not given in light of your qualification previous to level of establishment or future post. The college diploma is needed to my previous study. Okay, your proposed studies are not. Okay, so secret folder. What I will tell you is this. I think you have yours is a little bit kind of technical. So I on my previous video, just go on my previous video, you see my what's it called? My social media handle. So reach out to me on my Instagram or my Twitter. Let's talk more about this. I should be able to help you on a personal level. So just reach out to me on my social media handle. and let's talk about this. So Nicholas said, my wife is a BSc holder and has over 7 years work experience as a manager in a private company, but she also wants to do nursing. She also wants to do nursing course. What is the financial implication? To be sincere with you, studying nursing is capital intensive, but it's rewarding too. It's capital intensive, but it's rewarding. So I wouldn't want to tell you that you should not do that. You can do that. Your wife can study that if you have the financial capacity. And at the end of the day, when she's done studying, it will be worth it at the end of the day. So if you have the financial capacity to do it right now, I advise you to go ahead to do that. I mean, it's a plus. It's very good for you. So you can go for it. It's worth it. Yes. So once again, if you enjoyed this video, hit the likes button. I mean, subscribe to this channel if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel. Share this video with your loved ones. I drop videos twice in a week, every Wednesday and Sundays. In most cases, I drop videos twice in a week, but sometimes I only drop once, which is weekends on Sunday. So you can always reach out to me. I will try as much as possible to do justice to your question. Okay, and so Nicholas, among all the programs, which is the more easier for an average, which is the most easier province. So the less competitive provinces will I will tell you as maybe Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, provinces in the Atlantic region. So those are much easier provinces. Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. I mean, their requirement is not as intense like Ontario, British Columbia, Manitoba. So you might want to look into those provinces. Okay. Yeah. Yes. So Wahab, I was denied in March 2020 due to similar choice of course. Can I reapply in July for a postgraduate course, or is it too early to reapply? What's so what depends on your academic session you're applying for. So I may not be able to answer that question. I'm 44 years. And I know my chances of exposure is slim. Can you link me to an employer in PEI? So I'm not in PEI. I mean, it's going to be very hard for me to link you up. I mean, even in Ontario, I might not even be able to link you up. Talk more of PEI. So what I would just advise you to do is go online, go to Prince Edward Island, Google employers there, look at organizations that are in PEI. Then you can apply for, just reach out to them on Skype or any way you can apply to them and see whether you can get help from there. I mean, there's no limitation. You can give it a shot. If you see any company in Prince Edward Island, go to their email, see if you can send them a personal message of what you have, what the capabilities, your experience, and with that you might stand a good chance. Okay. Dorcas Lulu. This is Lulu from Telegram. My network is not sharing. I try very actively. Oh, thank you very much, Dorcas. You're welcome on this channel. Thank you very much. All right. So beginning home a little bit now. So just to say this, I want to use this opportunity to tell you that if you're outside Canada, you want to come into Canada, um, it's a dream. What you can do is just stay motivated, right? I mean, don't relapse on your dream. Don't give up on your dream, right? Canada is the place that you want to be. I'll quickly share my own experience with you, my story with you. I've shared it with you in my previous video, but I'll just give you a summary now. In 2000 and in 2002, no, 2012, I planned to come into Canada. I was planning. I had a friend of mine. We went to uh, we went to this symposium, seminar, which many schools in Canada they came in Lagos Island in BI, and I had information. I took some souvenirs home, and from there I developed this interest of coming into Canada. But still in 2012, I got a job opportunity in Globalcom, which is a telecom industry. And from there, I left Lagos and I went to Port Harcourt. With that, my zeal, my willingness to come abroad plummeted because I got a job already. I'm like, okay, there's no point. But my friend that we went to the seminar together, he was working in Lagos. He still continued to give it a drive, keep striving. And you know what? In 2013, a year after, he called me and he told me that he just got his visa to study in Canada. I'm like, really? Because he was in Lagos, so he keep giving it a push. So at the end of the day, it landed in Canada. And that was when I now rose the interest back. I sent him all my documents and he was able to secure admission for me in Humboldt College in Canada. And from that, I was in Port Harcourt. I couldn't do the visa application myself. So I was connected to a lady. Okay, she helped me with the visa application process. I sent her all my documents, and she was able to submit everything for me. And I was fortunate. I don't want to tell you that I'm the best. I'm the lucky. I was just fortunate. I was just lucky. I got my study permit application right, and that was in December 2013. And in January 2014, I came into Canada and I started my study at Humboldt College. So I studied at Humboldt College from 2014 January up till August. It was an 8 month program, but it is Canada, they see it as 1 year. It's called 1 year. So it's not necessarily you have to be in school for 1 year. It's 8 months. But at the end of the day, they will say that it's 1 year. So when I was done in August 2014 with my study, I was opportune. I applied for my postgraduate work permit because don't forget I said in the past that if you apply for a 1 year postgraduate work, if you study for 1 year in Canada, you are entitled to a 1 year postgraduate work permit. 1 year study, 1 year postgraduate, meaning that 1 year once you're done studying, Canada government give you 1 year work permit for you to work. You get that. But if you do a 2 years program, you're entitled to 3 years postgraduate work permit. 1 year postgraduate, 2 years study, 3 years postgraduate work permit. So it's always better for you to do 2 years. If you have the financial capability to study for 2 years and you get your 3 years postgraduate work permit. And don't forget, you can't just study in any school. So you have to study in a designated learning institution. So most public schools in Canada are designated learning institutions. So while you're researching the school that you want to study in Canada, it is better for you to study in a designated learning institution because it's when you study there that you get, because if you study in a non-designated, when you're done your study, you won't be entitled to a work permit. That means when you're done studying, you have to go back to your home country. So get study, research, make sure the school you're studying is a designated learning institution. Once you're done postgraduate work permit. So that simply means, so in my case, when I was done with my 1 year, I applied for my 1 year postgraduate work permit. Okay. So that means within that 1 year, I need to get a job. Not anyhow job. I need to get a job which I can use to apply for my permanent residence. It is very tasky. Immediately I finish, I have to get a job because the job, by the time I'm done with the job, it needs to state that I've worked there for 1 year. It can't be 1 month less. It was very tough for me. But because I didn't have money to do my second program, I had to just go for my postgraduate work permit. Unfortunately for me, I was lucky again with God. I got a job at Amazon, and with that, I worked at Amazon for a year, and I was able to apply for my permanent residence through the express entry. So even me that I'm in Canada, I still went through the express entry route. So what am I trying to say with that's just a summary of my story. What am I trying to say is I'm just trying to encourage somebody out there that wherever you have, wherever in Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, India, wherever you are, if your dream is to come into Canada, I know when I did mine, it was a little bit easier as compared to 5 years, 6 years after now. I know, but there are still opportunities now. People are still getting the study permit. People are still coming into Canada through express entry. People are still coming into Canada through provincial nominee. People are still coming into Canada through other routes. So all you have to do is just you have to give it tenacity. You have to just be persistent about it. Okay, so don't give up. I don't want you to give up in any way. Don't give up on your dreams. If it is worth pursuing in the first place, just continue to give it a go. Keep striving. There are so many avenues for you to come into Canada. If express entry is not working for you, try provincial nominee. If the provincial nominee is not working for you, try the rural and northern immigration pilot program. If that is not working for you, try the agri pilot program. If that is not, there are so many ways. And for those that are in Nigeria now, there's this program that IRCC, Immigration Canada, is trying to roll out now. It is called the Nigeria Student Express, NSE. Their role is going to be rolled out very soon, not now yet. So what it's only that is pertaining to those that are applying for study permits. You know, when you apply for study permit, like when I applied in 6 years ago, it took almost 5-6 months for IRCC to treat my study permit to get back to me. But now they are rolling this program, this NSE, so that within I think 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, 20 days, they will get back to you. If they give you, if you get a visa, they will get back to you. I mean, they're trying to fast track how fast they process the study permit. So that program is being rolled out and is coming up very soon. All right, so I'll be wrapping up. I mean, we've been live on this for 1 hour now, so I'll be wrapping up this live section now. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this YouTube live today. I'll be doing this once in a month, but don't forget I said I drop videos twice in a week, on Wednesdays and on Sundays. So you can always reach out to me. If you have any question, I will try as much as possible. You can always drop your questions on my YouTube videos, and also my social medias are there for you too. My Instagram, MC_Bernardino, my Twitter, Canada Reality. They are there for you. Drop your questions, drop your concern, anything you want to ask me about. I try as much as possible. People know me, I answer as fast as possible. So, I mean, once I get your message, I try as much as possible to reply to people right away. So, drop a question, drop a comment. I know it's very tasky, it's not easy, but what I can just tell you is that just keep grinding, keep going for it, keep trying it, and I wish you good luck. Okay. Just before I go, some more questions from Dorcas. Are Nigerians are able to migrate through caregiver pilot program? Can you please recommend caregiver agency that recruits for it? Okay, so Dorcas, you asked me a question about caregiver. So caregiver, yes, people come into Canada through caregiver process. I know a lot of my Filipinos from the Philippines, a lot of them, they came in through that process. But in order for you to come in through a Greek caregiver process, you need to get a company here in Canada that's going to invite you through the LMIA process. And when I started this video, I explained about the LMIA process. Many companies in Canada are not willing to go through that LMIA process because they need to prove to the Canada government that they need you to come from outside to come and do the job because they cannot find anybody in Canada that can do it. I mean, what kind of experience do you have in caregiving that we can't find people that can do it in Canada that they will have to? So, and also it requires financial capability. So most of these employers, they don't have the financial capability to do that for people that are outside Canada. So it might be a little bit tough, but I wish you good luck. If you can get anybody that can do that for you, I wish you good luck. Danny, hey man, thanks for everything you do. Very much a big help for so many people. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Danny. Sunday, the value info you supplied help with my relocation to Canada too. Well, thank you very much for that. And I hope to do for so many people. Thank you very much today. And Adeju, whoa, congrats to me. Oh, that's nice. Thanks. Okay, so I think I missed something. Between Ontario and New Brunswick, which is good for students based on cost of living. New Brunswick is good. Ontario is more costly. Marco, boss, do you think Canada would accept lot immigration this year, considering that they were boots of the economy a bit? Well, the quota for this year is 341,000. But with this COVID-19, I still feel they will still stick to that 341,000. So for now, that's the information we have. So they haven't stated otherwise. So we still feel they are still going to go with the quota. Can someone above 45 go study for? Yes, I told you. So I told you that I know a friend of mine that came into Canada last year, and he's 45 years old or thereabout. So with 45, you can probably have the right documentation, work experience, documentation, everything. You stand a chance. Dorcas, my questions are regarding on caregiver. I think I already answered that question on caregiver. And so, Danny, can I apply for visitors visa travel to Canada and search for employer that will assist me to go through adaptive route? Yeah, when it comes to Canada through the visitors visa route, you're not saying, can you search? Yeah, you're in Canada already on a visit. As far as you're not working, you can go to any organization, check on them, drop your resume, and see if they can help you. And eventually, if they can do the LMIA for you, yeah, I wish you good luck. So if you're coming as a visitor, yes, you can use the opportunity to scout around and see if you can get a job. Yeah, that's a good one. And I was denied in March for studying. I have an IT. I think I already answered that question. All right. So thank you very much um, for coming on my YouTube channel. I mean, kudos to you guys. Without you, this channel is actually nothing. So I want to say a very big thank you for taking your time to join me on my YouTube channel today. And I'll be doing this once every week, once every month. Sorry. So you can. I will always post when I'm doing it. I will always put it out there for you to know when I'll be going on live, so that you can join me. So uh, thank you very much. If you have any other question, you can drop it in the comment section. So this is I just dropped the link to my YouTube channel. So click on that and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do that right away. Thank you very much. Sarah, you have a question. My son is 16 and I had applied for Centennial College for electrical. So what about that? Yeah, your son is 16. Okay, so yeah, so I wish you good luck with that. So if you have any question, feel free to drop it for me because I'm trying to wrap up now. And but I'm still open to answering some of your questions. If you have any question, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Yeah, if you have any further question, feel free to drop it. Oh, next time allow us to call you. Okay, next time, maybe when next I do my video, the next video, don't forget this is the first time I'm doing YouTube live. So on my next video, I'll create a venue for people to call into my live YouTube video. So you can always call me, okay? So I'm sorry about that. If now I didn't give you the privilege, but then on my next YouTube live, I'll be doing something like that. Yeah, so yeah, I'm still waiting for more questions. I have a question to make interactive. Okay. Is it possible for him to get a study visa here and get a possible cost? Well, I can't tell you the possible cost. I can't tell you the cost. There are so many things that goes into there are so many things that goes into cost. There are so many things that goes into the cost of studying in Canada. It depends on the course you want to study. Depends on the how many your family size because you need to prove more funds. If you have a big family size that you'll be feeding apart from the son that is coming to Canada. So there are so many intricacies into that. So I might not be able to give you the cost, but you can let your son come along, come and apply for the study. Yes, it's possible. I have gained an admission to study in Toronto School of Management. Can I sponsor myself? Yeah, you can sponsor yourself. Why not? You can sponsor yourself. So you can sponsor yourself to study in Canada in Ontario. Yes, you can. So let me drop some link that some people requested from me. Let me drop it in the video description. Like someone was asking me for proof of fund. Proof of fund. Proof of fund. And I'll be dropping it so that you proof of fund Canada. So that some of you that want to know how much it will cost you to come into Canada, to be easy for you to get that information. To get that information. So let me check the website. Okay. So with that, you can know how much. I mean, if you want to come into Canada, and you need to know how much you need to prove, depending on your family size. So I'll be sharing the link where you can get that information. Like for a family of one, if you're just by yourself, you need 12,960. A family of two, you need 16,135. Family of three, 19,836. And it goes on and on like that. So I'm just going to share that with you live on this video so that some of you that are asking me the question about proof of fund, you will get that information. Yeah, so that's I've shared that with you for the proof of fund. So people are asking me question about any question you want to ask me, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. The course is for 1 year. Add link to your friend's channel. Oh yeah, my friend channel. Yes, I need to add my friend's channel that I talked about. Immigration. I'm trying to find my friend channel so I can drop this link too for people to see. Just trying to look for his YouTube channel. I'm going to drop. So Wahab says, sorry bro, this is a different question. I want to reapply. I haven't been denied in March. My question is, can I reapply in July for a postgraduate course or is it too early? What year are you applying for? What academic session? So let me know what academic session you're applying for. Which one do you want to apply for? That will determine whether it's too early or not. If you're applying for September, if you want to apply for September 2020, I advise you to go ahead and apply now. September, yes, you can. It might be even too late now, but you can try it now. But if it's for next year, January, you can start applying in August. If it's for next year, January, I advise you to start applying in August. I'm trying to get my friend's YouTube channel so I can just give you the link. Michael, how can I reach you on Twitter or Telegram? So on Telegram, I will post my number on Telegram. So you want to reach me on Telegram, reach me on Telegram. Or if you want to reach me on WhatsApp, I have a group on WhatsApp. I have a group on Telegram. If you want to reach me on if you want to reach me on Telegram or on WhatsApp, reach me on this number. Yeah, so you can reach me on that. If you want to reach me on Telegram or on WhatsApp, you can reach me on that number. So my friend, I'm still looking for my friend's YouTube so I can share with you. All right, so I'll be wrapping up this video now, but before I do that, I just want to share my friend's website so you guys can go on his channel. It's in Quebec and it's also doing a great job just like me. So you guys can go to his channel and subscribe to his YouTube channel. And yeah. Hello, Stefan. Yeah, you can put the speaker so that you can hear what I'm going to say also. What's that? Yeah, fine. What? So I'm saying that, okay. I just want to thank you for all the work you are doing. Oh. I just want to thank you for all the work you are doing. Very appreciated. And thanks for sharing your experience. All this information people need it. And thanks again also for sharing the information about my website. I don't want to tell the people that don't, I mean, continue to dream, continue to think that your project to come to Canada is realistic. They might take time, but don't see it away. Make, I mean, make an action, make a decision that you want to definitely integrate. And we are there, you are there. There's a lot of people like all in YouTube that can assist regarding your immigration project. So continue to maintain in your mindset Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's my fellow YouTuber that I told you about. I just dropped the link to his YouTube channel, so you guys can also check out this what he does. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's doing a good job in English and in French. For those of you that want to immigrate to Quebec, so Stephon, his immigration channel, I already dropped the description below. So click on his channel. He's also doing a YouTube live in the next 1 hour, if I'm not mistaken. He'll be doing a YouTube live. So you can also join him live too and ask any question you want to ask. So there are some questions I might not be able to do justice to, which Stephon will be doing justice. So I might also be on featuring on his channel too. So let's subscribe. Let's subscribe to this YouTube channel too. All right. Thank you very much, Stephon. I'll be wrapping up now.
Thank you too. Bye, guys.
Thank you very much, Stephon. Okay. So thank you very much. We'll be calling the wrap now. I'll be doing this once every month. But before I do it, I will send out message so that people can actually know when I'm doing the next video. But this is not the end of it. If you have any question, anything you still want to ask me, anything you're not clear about as far as Canada immigration is concerned, I'm here for you. I'll try as much as possible to provide the information for you. Don't forget I told you that when I came into Canada, people fed me with the information. So I feel there's no hold back. If I have the information to help people out there, irrespective of what country you are from, whether you're from Nigeria, India, Malawi, Kenya, Europe, wherever you're calling me, you're reaching out to me, I dish out information for free. I'm not getting money from anybody for anything except maybe you want me to do one thing that requires finance. That's when I require money. But apart from that, every information I dish it out for free without requesting for money from anybody. And don't forget, there's this caveat I always drop on my YouTube video. I'm not an immigration consultant. I'm not a licensed practitioner, immigration officer. I'm just sharing my own video with you guys for free. So when it comes to some questions that are more integral regarding immigration, I might not be able to do justice to that. Okay, so you might want to look out for an immigration officer. I can link you up with one or two people if you request for that in Canada and in Nigeria. I can do that for you. So, but I just dish out information for free. Thank you very much to you for coming again to this YouTube channel. Please, if you haven't subscribed, once again, I implore you, subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the likes video, the videos that I've done in the past. If you haven't seen them, go and look at them. Canada Reality. I tell you everything you need to know about Canada immigration and the reality, everything you need to know about Canada. So it's not just limited to immigration alone. It's cut across everything, lifestyle, fun, everything in Canada. So I want to wish you guys stay safe, especially during this COVID-19 period. Coronavirus is happening everywhere around the world. Even Canada is not left out of this. So stay out of trouble. Social distancing is very important and it's very paramount. And I'll give you my email now. You requested for my email. Social distancing is very paramount and it's very important. Stay safe. Wash your hands. If you don't have any business going outside, I advise you to stay indoor. I mean, if you don't have any reason to go outside, just stay. That's my email. So if you don't have any business going outside, just stay indoor. I mean, let's try to go through this stage together because this pandemic has come and it will definitely go. But we need to contribute our own quota to ensure that we safeguard our life and the lives of people around us. So, in as much as you don't have any business outside, don't go outside. Social distancing when you're outside, use the mask, use the glove. I mean, let's try to do our best. Okay, guys. Till I come back to you guys with another wonderful, scintillating, informative video on Canada Reality with MC Bernardino. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Till I come back to you again. Peace out. One love. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you very much.